Hi guys, today we will talk about the human skin. What is the human skin? It's the outer covering of the body and it is continuous with the mucous membrane in the region of the mouth, nose, urogenital organs and the anus. The peculiar color of our body is due to the color of its component tissues, which are the thickness of the granular and horny layer, the blood vessels visible through the skin, and the presence of the pigment called melanin. The color of the skin may change because the amount of the melanin and under the influence of the external and internal factors. Our skin have different functions such as immunological function, metabolic, secretory, thermoregulation, receptory, excretory, and protective function. We will explain one by one. Immunological function. It allows to resist infection from pathogens, providing a passive physical barrier against infection. Metabolic function, because it is responsible for the synthesis of hormones and vitamins such as vitamin D. Secretory function, excretes toxic substances through the sweat. Thermoregulation function, help to regulate the temperature. Skin regulate the heat exchange with the environment. Receptory function or absorptive function. Excretory function, excretes urea, salt, fatty substances through the pores. Protective function, because the UV protection reduces the harmful effects of the UV radiation. Also, our skin protects against mechanical, thermal, and physical injuries. Our skin is divided in three different layers, which are epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Epidermis is the superficial layer which provides a waterproof barrier and creates our skin tone. The dermis, in this layer we can find hair follicles, sweat glands, tough connective tissue. And the last layer is called the hypodermis, which is the deeper subcutaneous tissue and is made of fat and connective tissue. We will talk about the first layer, that is epidermis. It is composed of the keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It doesn't have any blood vessel here, means that it's avascular. The cell in all the layers except the stratum basale are called keratinocyte. A keratinocyte is a cell that manufactures and stores protein called keratin. Keratin is an intracellular fibrous protein that gives the hardness of the hair, nails, and the water-resistant property. The epidermis is subdivided into different layers: the horny layer, lucid layer, granular layer, prickle cell layer, and germinative layer. We will explain it one by one. The horny layer, or stratum corneum, is composed of the fine and nuclear keratinized elongated cells. They are thinly attached to one another and are filled with the horny substances, keratin. It includes deep cells and keratinized without nucleus cells. The next is lucid layer or stratum lucidum. It is composed of the elongated cells containing a special protein substance which is called eladin. Besides this, stratum lucidum contains glycogen and fatty substances like lipoic oleic acid. It is present only in the hands and feet, where the skin is more thick. The next layer is the granular layer or stratum granulosum, that is the same like lucid layer. It consists of the keratinocytes that contain granules of the keratinohyaline. The next is the prickle cell layer or stratum spinosum. It consists of the 5 to 10 roots of the cells, which are cuboid in the deep part of the layer but become flatter gradually. The cells of the Pringle cell layer are marked by the presence of the specific tonophils in their cytoplasm. Special Langer cells are demonstrated in this layer, which are immunological function. The last layer is the germinative layer, stratum basale or stratum germinativum. It consists of the single layer of the prismatic columnar cells. Arranged like a polycide, between these cells there are slide-like space called intercellular bridge. The mound of the cells of the germinative layer localize melanocytes, which produce the melanin. Like we said before, our skin color depends on the amount of the melanin. The next layer is the dermis. It is located under the epidermis. It is separated by the basement membrane. The largest component of it is the type 1 collagen. In addition, we can find fibrous elastic, fibroblasts, mast cells, histosized vessels. It comes from the mesoderm and it is divided into papillary or superficial dermis and reticular or deep dermis. Papillary layer consists of the thin bundles of the structural amorphous interstitial substances. Reticular layer consists of the collagen bundles and are more compact. Hairs, glands, epithelial appendage of the skin, muscles, vessels, nerves, and nerve endings are located in the dermis. The last layer is the hypodermis. It consists of the thick bundles of collagen and elastic fibers stretching from the reticular dermal layer and forming a wide loop reticulum in which the accumulation of the large cells, lobules of fatty tissue are located. The thickness of the hypodermis is from 2 till 10 centimeters, and in some areas there is no hypodermis at all. For example, in the scrotum, in the prepuce, and so on. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.